and the green flag is shown at the back of the grid, so the sign goes up, engage gear, it'll flip round, watch the lights, they're watching, lights are now out, and away we go, and it's a good start on the inside by Bellis and Dawson. Let's go to Chris Kinley.
How many wheels would you like to count coming towards me? There's absolute loads of wheels coming towards me. Yeah, keep your eyes open on this one. I'm not even going to call that. Looked like number 4, possibly number 5 that had the lead. Maybe so tight, but they're now going to be 3 abreast, maybe 4 abreast, going into Ballachagan lap number 1. But look like Rob Bellis, the winner, 19 and 22, got a pretty good start. Tim.
Certainly how I saw it off the start line here. We got an absolute flyer of a start there for outfit number 4, Bellis and Dawson, and they are on that BLR Imp, the York pairing. Rod Bellis and Glenn Dawson just got ahead and got the whole shot ahead of the pole-sitting machine of number 9, and that of course is Kieran Clark and the newcomer passenger Andrew Johnson. The pair there from the driver from Tadcaster and the passenger from Aldershot. But what an array of machinery we had there on the grid, and great to see that the Triumph Thunderbird of the Leyland couple, Tony and Sarah Bannister, was able to start. They had issues earlier on in the practice session, but they've managed to get themselves out there. And good to see 29 Adam Pope and John Christopher on the Westlake Triton, the Chorley pair, out there as well. But let's go on this opening lap of 4, out to cross 4 ways, Rob Pritchard.
Yeah, here we go, Tim. First sidecar racing on the Isle of Man in 2023. 4 laps in total of this three-wheeling sidecar classic race 1, as we can hear those three-wheelers whirring on the way in the distance. 2 making a break for it here towards cross 4 ways, and out in front at the moment it's number 97, Bob Dawson and Matthew Sims first through, then number 9 as well. It's Kieran Clark and Andrew Johnson. Number 4, Rob Bellis and Glenn Dawson. 55, 46, 11, 17 and 5 in that order as well. Then there's number 69, Lambert and Haynes on the way through. So the first in there, Bob Dawson and Matthew Sims. And at number 9, Kieran Clark and Andrew Johnson there. So great running from the York and Derby pair, Dawson and Sims on the way through. Then just back from them was Kieran Clark and Andrew Johnson. They just opened up a little bit of a gap to number 4, Rob Bellis and Glenn Dawson. Another trio through. There's number 67, Alan Warner and Tom Dawkins. And number 29 and 27 as well. There's the Triumph Thunderbird that Tim was talking about, the Bannisters. And number 78 as well, Christopher Wickett and Sylvia Hayes on the BSA Lightning 2. And just one machine in the distance with the travelling marshals behind here. So it was Dawson and Sims as the Austrian pairing of Krupel and Panazza made their way through as well, with the travelling marshals in behind. They led Dawson and Sims from both Kieran Clark and Andrew Johnson. Rob Bellis and Glenn Dawson, though, also trying to keep themselves in the mix on this opening lap. Back to you, Tim.
Yeah, front 2 are through, and it is 97 just ahead of number 9. 2 together again, and there's a line of them. So it is number 97. So he's maintained the lead. Obviously, a lot of passing has gone on in that opening lap. But it's Dawson and Sims who lead from number 9, and that is, of course, number 9 is Clark and Johnson. So it's 0.291 seconds, the advantage. Just hardly anything, is it? And then in third, it's number 4. That's Bellis and Dawson. Fourth is number 55. That's Bellaby and Smith. Fifth is number 46. That's Nourish and Leaflang. Sixth is number 11. And number 11 is Quirk and Weston. 3 machines across the line there. 67, 7 and 29 numbers only. Seventh is number 5. Number 5 is Gristwood and Smith. In 8th position, it's number 17. That's Walters and Thomas. 9th is number 69. That's Lambert and Haynes. And in 10th position, it's number 10. And number 10, of course, is Saunders and Doughty. As across the line now is number 66 and Travelling Marshal just coming through as well at the back there. So it's a very narrow advantage for 97 over 9. 0.291 seconds. Rob Pritchard, cross 4 ways.
Cracking opening exchanges here in the race, aren't they, Tim? So we'll have to wait and see who's emerging. Two machines. Here we go into cross 4 ways here. Number 97, Bob Dawson and Matthew Sims Still in front here of number 9 there, and that is Kieran Clark and Andrew Johnson, both of them almost side by side going through cross four ways there as they power on their way up to Church Bends, and those two have pulled out an enormous gap over the travelling group behind them as well. Moving up into third place here at the moment, it's number 55, that's Mike Bellamy Smith, then 4, 5 and 11 as well, so a change in third as number 17 as well, Keith Walters and Alan Thomas make their way through as well. So just to confirm there, number 55 Mike Bellamy and Andy Smith up into third through cross four ways, as we also have number 69 through here, that's Greg Lambert and Andrew Haynes on that empty Catcher Garrison and Hull pairing, and number 10 as well, there's Wall, Saunders and Bob Doughty as well. So there's almost nothing between them through cross four ways here. It was Bob Dawson and Matthew Sims, number 97 from number 9 Kieran Clark and Andrew Johnson, nothing between them. Back to you, Tim.
Yep, it's first two outfits spotted and they emerge almost together, and it is number 9 that is in the lead. So that is Clark and Johnson have got themselves ahead of 97 Dawson and Sims. So a real battle. 0.209 seconds is the advantage. That's all it is at half race distance. 2 laps completed, 2 more ahead of them, 2 more machines. Oh my goodness, he's trying to get on the inside, and then an overtake as well, further down between 11 and 4. What a spectacular bit of action that was on the Castletown bypass at the start-finish line. Up into third is number 55, that's Bellamy and Smith. Fourth place is number 5, Gristwood and Smith. Number 4 we're hearing is a retirement, Bellis and Dawson. Bellis and Dawson are a retirement. So they were in 6th. 5th place, number 11, Quirk and Weston. 7th, number 17, Walters and Thomas. 8th was number 69, that's Lambert and Haynes. And 9th through is number 10, that's Saunders and Doughty. But my word, that's action to see who was going to be in 3rd, who was going to be in 4th, who was in 5th, and who's in 6th position. Was absolutely tremendous stuff here on the start-finish line. Amazing action here. So if you've stayed on to watch the sidecars, you've had an absolute treat already. We're on lap 3. Let's go out to Rob at Cross Four Ways.
Thanks, Tim. Yeah, real shame that for Rob Ellis and Glenn Dawson on that retirement. They retired, of course, from the second sidecar race last year as well. And here's a machine. There's quite the gap now. Here's number 9, Kieran Clark and Andrew Johnson. They pulled up a little bit of ground to number 97, Bob Dawson and Matthew Sims here. Both of them already just trailblazing away from the rest of the field here, but this time bit of a gap between the two of them as they came through. Kieran Clark and Andrew Johnson, they lead through cross four ways from number 97, that's Bob Dawson and Matthew Sims, and just starting to open up that gap. Kieran Clark and Andrew Johnson just able to stretch the legs of that three-wheeler as the third machine on the way through, that's number 5, Jack Gristwood and Alice Smith, making up a couple of places in the last couple of laps as well. Here's number 11, Danny Quirk and Dylan Weston as well. They've got a bit of work to do to catch both Gristwood and Smith in front of them. Who's getting number 17 through as well. Keith Walters and Alan Thomas, the Neath Abbey and Bridge End duo. And then there's quite the way back to the rest of the field as it stands now. We see one more machine in the distance. Watching them through as the sun continues to set here across four ways. Back to you, Tim.
Yeah, the lap records have been smashed, 89.939 and 89.695 for the front two. There's 9, and he definitely now has an advantage there. Clark and Johnson ahead of number 97. 97, of course, being Dawson and Sims. And Clark and Johnson have just done 91.687, the old lap record back in 2018. Eddie Wright and Kieran Clark, 87.607 miles per hour. And we've got an outfit just touring, but there's number 5, so he's up into third now. Number 5, that's Gristwood and Smith. There's number 11 through. Number 11 is Quirk and Weston. And number 66 is retiring, and that is Grogful and Panazza. That's a shame for our visitors from continental Europe not finishing here. They are a retirement. Just the 5 through then. Last one being in 5th, number 17. That's Walters and Thomas. 6th place, number 69, that's Greg Lambert and passenger Haynes, so they are safely through. So the lead is stretched to 7.6, but the lap records, well, they have been obliterated here as number 10 finishes, goes through in 7th. That is Saunders and Doughty, but it is Clark and Johnson with a lap record and a comfortable lead, it appears. Let's go out to cross four ways. Rob Pritchard.
Yeah, the noise you can hear from us there was number 67, Alan Warner and Tom Dawkins, and also Tony Bannister and Sarah Bannister coming through on the Triumph Thunderbird there. We also have another, that's number 78, Christopher Wickett and Sylvia Hayes as well. That is an absolutely astonishing time from Clark and Johnson out front there. I think Tim used the perfect word there. That lap record just getting absolutely obliterated in this competition here. But next up here into cross four ways is number 97. That's Bob Dawson and Matthew Sims here going through cross four ways alone at the moment. No sign at the moment of Kieran Clark and Andrew Johnson. Maybe just a couple of mechanical issues going on with their machine possibly, but no sign of them through cross four ways as of yet. Bob Dawson and Matthew Sims then are the first of the front runners through cross four ways. Here's number 5 in third as they came over the start finish line last time is Jack Griswold and Alice Smith. And then there's number 11 as well, the machine of Danny Quirk and Dylan Weston on the Bellas Vincent as well. So possibly some mechanical issues for the leaders from the last lap. Back to you, Tim.
Yeah, we'll just take these through because we don't want to miss the finish of this. So some of the back markers, 29, 67 and 7. But great to see the Bannisters getting round. But we should be seeing our race winner of this three-wheeling sidecar, race 4 on the programme today, but race 1, of course, in their 2 races that they have. The checkered flag is poised, as well as the last lap flag for people, and coming through now is number 97. So 97 takes the win, Bellis and Dawson. And what has happened then to Clark and Johnson on that last lap? But they haven't got through, and that is clear. A win there for number 97. 97, Dawson and Sims take victory. There's number 5 across the line. What a performance there by Griswold and Smith. And is this our 3rd place bike? It is. Number 11. So that is bike number 11, Quirk and Weston. So a real turn up there on the last lap. That is not the top 3 we were expecting.